All right, welcome to the RSL Random Fan Podcast. I'm Tyler.
I'm Brandt.
And we are missing Brennan.
Yeah, it's breaking our hearts today.
He didn't show up for the podcast today.
No, he was, tennis. Tennis this, tennis that.
Tennis, everything.
But he's really good at it, so he might as well go win. I think he said he's going to win Wimbledon. I don't know.
Playing on grass or clay. Anyway, back to the game. This week, guess what we do? We break down the San Jose game. Brandt goes on a rant.
Oh, yeah, a bunch of them.
Oh, yeah. And then we talk about Club America, the upcoming and probably really good team that's coming to the Riot this week.
Yeah, so all of that and more on this episode of the RSL Random Fan Podcast.
Whoa! Yeah!
All right, let's get started. Another episode of the RSL Random Fan Podcast. I'm your host, Brandt Goebel, joined by
Tyler Thomas.
And he's not here.
He's not.
He's got stuff going on. He's busy young man. He's out there winning tennis tournaments or something. I don't know. Some Wimbledon? I don't know.
Is that a big deal?
I don't know. Some grass. I don't know. Anyway, he's not joining us. It'll just be me and Tyler trying to get through as many old man jokes as possible.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. So let's start with the lineup. RSL hosted San Jose.
The Chichos.
No means no. Good job,
no
fans.
Means no, Chicho. Oh.
Did you hear that?
And then did you hear the high hose?
No.
So if you take the two C's off of Chicho, it says hi ho.
Oh, okay, yeah. All right.
Off to work we go.
Yeah, so I totally made him mad, threw him off his game.
Right? Every time we were booing him.
Yep.
Take that, stupid Chicho.
All right, lineup. Cabral on the goal, and then across the back we had Junqua, Quinton, Glad, and Caliscan, and then Ruiz and Anelli in the middle, Luna and Gonzalez, and up top we had Gozo and Agata. However they're playing 4-2-2. 2, 5, 7,
3, 5, 4, 1,
9, 15.
3, 4, 2, 3, 1, 3, 1. My favorite is the 3-1. So, offset left back. And then you got the defensive mid, so 3-1-2. And then you got the outside, so 3-1-2-2-2. How about that?
All right, on the bench, your favorite player of all time, Bodie Hidalgo.
Ojeda. What?
Bodie Hidalgo.
Well, yeah, he's there too. But
yeah.
Ojeda,
Russell, Kirk Vliet, the goalkeeper.
Because what's his name picked up a knock.
Oh, did he pick up a knock? I think he's been playing at the Monarchs too.
Yeah, I think that's what happened. Staduhar.
Mark Chuk, Barea, Kobe Henry, nice to see him on the bench. He's been playing for the Monarchs as well, I've noticed. And Ariel Piol, that's the bench. And we were minus Brian Vera. And Caliscan.
No, Caliscan was there.
Catranis, I'm sorry.
The yellow card accumulation.
They were watching from the bench or wherever they get their. Maybe they were just watching. Maybe they were somewhere else. Maybe they're watching it on Apple.
I didn't see him. Did you see him?
I wasn't looking.
You were in the stadium. You
weren't looking for him? I wasn't looking for him. I was paying attention to the people on the field.
Oh, yeah, like we normally do.
Yeah, after I do parking, and how people usually see when they come in.
I do parking. You do not. You interview people in the parking lot. That's not the same as doing parking, Brandt. Come on,
and
man.
you can follow us, and you bring that up. Interviewed quite a few people. I think I had 5.
Yeah.
Talked to some great fans over there.
That was cool.
That in the pregame over there in the parking lot, a lot of them in the South End, and just get their thoughts on the season. I'm always interested to see a lot of Diego Luna love, but out of the blue there was some Catranis love favorites. So I always want to know who you like and who you love for the season.
He's got more of that dark arts thing that Brennan loves, right? And Dunny loves to love on, right?
Catranis.
Just a little bit of Dunsethery, if you will. Yeah.
Yeah. Trademark.
Yeah.
We should trademark Dunsethery. See if that's
the dark arts of Dunsethery.
Yeah. So we've and put those up on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter, wherever you get our stuff, that's where you'll find it. And then also, you want to talk about the other team that showed up to play for some of the game. And they had De Souza. Is that right?
Oh, the goalie? I think he just goes by his first name.
Daniel.
That's
what it said on the back of his jersey.
Yep.
And then Wilson Floriani, Roberts, Jones LaRue, Harks, Ricketts, Espinoza, and the two people you love the most, Martinez, Joseph, and Christian Chicho Arango.
Yeah, and to be honest, that's a pretty wicked starting lineup. Espinoza, Martinez, and Arango. Espinoza over the years has been an RSL killer, and so it was good to see him not do so great. Interesting. Their center back is new-ish, so I think that led to a little bit of miscommunication among their back three. But we kind of started off just attacking them, just going at them. A couple lobs over the top. Gozo gets in. It's like the second minute. Oh my gosh, dude, he broke away. It was great timing. Looked like he just takes this nice touch, sets himself up, hits the ball. It deflects under Danielle's arm, and then it hits the crossbar, and then it goes straight down, and it hits right on the line. And then it pops up, and Gozo was kind of doing that and running to the corner to celebrate early thing instead of following it up to make sure it went in thing. Because if he would have done that, he probably could have headed it in. But as it went, the recovering defender cleared the ball.
Yeah, could have had a great start to the game for Real Salt Lake, but didn't happen. Was exciting. I thought overall, as we start to break down the game, there's one word I would use to describe this game. One word.
Just one?
Just one.
All right, what is it?
Sloppy.
Sloppity, slop. You're slopping the pigs out there.
I was so surprised the RSL, after the way they've been playing the last few games.
Yeah.
I mean, they played pretty much composed against Cincinnati, even though we never noted that we should note that Cincinnati didn't have their best player. But Denke?
Us?
No, Cincinnati didn't have their best player when they played us.
Oh, Evander? He was there.
No, Denke.
Oh, they're number 9. Yeah, they didn't have him.
So
that's true.
Maybe with him it ends up 2 or 3-0, but
could have been.
RSL still played well.
They still played well. Yeah.
They played better against Cincinnati than they did against San Jose, and I don't know if that was because the Chicho and they're playing the team right above them in the standings, and maybe it's like, hey, we could actually do something. We could jump over these guys. But it was just sloppy.
Yeah, and it was a fireworks game, so we love to just go crazy and do weird stuff on fireworks games, right?
Yeah. There was an early poor pass from Gonzalez across the box that Chicho intercepted, and they ended up a lot of last-minute defending from RSL, ended up with a corner kick. And the first, 15 minutes, San Jose really had them pinned back. I didn't think RSL came out with a lot of intensity and was really ready to go. It was hard to get a feel for the game. The officiating, we don't talk a lot about the officiating.
May they rest in peace.
But he was a little inconsistent, just like both teams. So they all kind of worked together to make this kind of a sloppy game.
Sloppy, messy, soupy game.
Some interesting yellows, and then some. I think just like RSL, he kind of put it all together. Well, and it ended up being a decently officiated game for RSL and not for the Bruce.
Yeah, and Pierre-Luc Lozili, I'm sure I pronounced that correctly. Those of you that speak French, feel free to correct me with the pronunciation in the comments. But he's hosed us before, this guy. He's so Canadian that he's French, you know what I mean? And so, as a result, I don't know what that means. I'm not, presuming anything about him other than that his name is French and he speaks with a slight French accent when he comes on the mic, which I kind of like. I like knowing how these guys sound, And
well, there was that poutine incident. He's still upset about. He's just not going to. He's not going to deal with it. He's upset. He hasn't overcome it
anymore.
He's come to Salt Lake multiple times and had never found good poutine, and he's angry. And
he's not angry about it much
about
anymore.
it. So yeah, so we need to work on our poutine game if we want to get some better officiating.
So in the comments, give us some best places to find poutine in Utah.
Yeah, I've never had it. Yeah, isn't it like chili on fries or something?
I thought it was mashed potato on gravy on fries on something.
Sounds delicious. Yeah,
know.
send us
Whatever.
to
Something about
the best
gravy.
place to get poutine.
And cheese. I don't know.
And I think it's like double fried,
Sure.
double dip. You know, I watched 60 Minutes. They did a thing on it.
Sure.
So anyway, RSL struggled. both clubs kind of struggled in the first half. It was kind of back and forth. I thought Gozo ended up with a ridiculous yellow card. And what are your thoughts, Tyler?
Well, you know, I keep waiting for Gozo to be this kid that, like, just starts finding his way. Like, that second-minute play where he broke through, he did so much right on that play. And I just am waiting for him to take that next step where instead of just shooting it and hoping it gets past the goalie, he makes that fake and then just drives around the goalie. They're never going to catch him. He's so fast. No recovering defender's going to catch him. He just needs to slow down and act more like do his very best Henri impersonation, right? Like, so many times Henri would throw a fake and then people would go down. And Gozo needs to play with just a touch more confidence. And I think if he does that, and he'll start finding his scoring touch, and we'll start being way better.
Yeah, I agree. I think RSL, that has been the theme of the season for the players up top. Not finding that last, not even the last pass, you know.
Finishing touch.
The finishing touch. And there's no, Brandon's not here, so we can say it. No nose for goal.
Yeah, you got to have that nose for goal.
And it's just like just having that little bit of composure, maybe slowing down when you're trying to speed up.
Well, do you know who our second leading scorer is on the team now?
It's that world famous Owen.
OG, baby, own goal.
Owen goal has been he's just been stellar.
He put another one in we'll get to, but man, he's the third leading scorer on the team. OG.
Yeah, and it was the last game against Cincinnati where I really thought the lack of that final touch, that nose for goal, was really bad for everyone across the board.
Yeah.
Mark Chuk, Diogo, Luna, Gozo. Little less this game because they were a little more sloppy, but the Cincinnati
even
game,
in this game, like, there was no scoring touch.
Yeah, you get to that last defender, they throw a defender, and everybody's trying to juke, and the defenders have realized that all they have to do is look at the standings. Oh, RSL doesn't score goals, so who do you fear? And they fear Diego Luna, so they just make sure there's 2-3 players around Diego Luna, force him to either beat you or make a better decision, or make a better pass to players who aren't making runs.
Right,
so,
because he's not making passes. You know what I mean? Kind of works in that,
you could
yin
probably,
and yang thing.
Yeah, you could probably have the argument both ways.
Yeah.
That why would Diego Luna make the pass? If
Well, that
no
happened later in the game. He had a wide open 2-on-1. There was one defender in the middle, him and Gozo on the outside. If he plays that diagonal ball to Gozo runs on and taps it in. But he opted to fake that and go the other way, and obviously it wasn't the right decision. He chipped the goalie and missed the goal, but like, he was right there, created a good opportunity, but got to be lethal in that final third, right? You just got to be like, end goal.
In the first half, Gozo had another opportunity too, where Diogo, who has shown up, he's drifting farther away from the Menendez line, but there was he had a cross, and there was 2 players besides Diogo and somebody else in the box wide open, that Gozo makes a nice pass, even if it's a header, if it wasn't there on the ground. So the whole team, not trying to call out Diego, but you expect more from Diego, I think, because of who he is. You expect more from your better players, but at the same time, it just hasn't come together. And this point, I think, in the season, 10 games to go, I feel less and less that it's on Diego, if it ever was, and more on the fact RSL doesn't have two strikers to rub together.
Well, I think we need to keep...
Kind of like two nickels. They don't have two nickels to rub together. They don't have two strikers.
Yeah, I caught that. I think most people listening caught it.
Well, you never know. Kids, there's this old saying.
So I think as these guys mature, and I think Luna, again, he's kind of getting in his own way at this point, but he also needs to be able to trust the other guys, right? And so maybe it's time. Maybe it's not. We're playing Club America this week, dude, and they're good. They are probably the best team in Mexico right now. I don't know if they have the highest payroll, but they're top 2 or 3. And so they have guys on their bench that would be starters on our team. You know what I mean? Kind of thing. So
I think they've struggled out to start the season 2 or 3 games in. We just pay attention, or we'll link. We'll send you the link. We'll put it out there. We went on the Eye of the Eagle, the Eagle Eye podcast for Club America.
I'm just letting you get into it.
Yeah, I was just stumbling through Eagle Eye and
Club America.
We went on their podcast, and that'll be coming out. Previews to talk about RSL and get some feedback, some info from that side of the match with Club America, and they're a little. They're waiting to figure out who they are this season. They just barely started. They got 2 or 3 games in.
Yeah, so we're hoping that means they're not going to be real good, and we can sneak one out. But
RSL might be in better form at the moment, so that could play into our favor.
Sure.
And we're not going to win the altitude battle either. If we found that out.
Yeah. Whoops.
Whoops.
They're probably not quite twice as high as we are in their home stadium.
Yeah, so altitude is not going to play a factor in this game. So, but let's start the first half. There were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 yellow cards. Yikes. That's the summary for the first half. Caliscan in the 9th minute, Gozo in the 24th, Ian Harks, Wilson for San Jose, then Luna and Roberts. Maybe we could talk about that.
Do you think they were all earned?
For the most part.
Were they all due?
I don't know about due. I thought the Gozo one was a little cheap.
Why?
I think it was over on the side. I don't know if it was necessarily a foul. But I thought...
Just getting there late?
Yeah, and I thought the Wilson and Luna thing, I was really surprised it didn't go. From what I saw, I thought Luna threw a punch.
He was hot. He was ticked off.
Wilson kind of slapped him in the face, I think, with the backhand kind of.
Yeah.
And Luna,
they didn't call it.
And then he got up and I think he punched him in the side. Looked like he had a punching movement. And so I was really surprised. I thought, oh man, that's going to go. We've seen
less go
to review and punish Real Salt Lake this season, but it's starting to even out, and they just got both yellows, and then there was a third in stoppage time, Roberts in the first half, and then after that, I think the game kind of settled down.
Yeah.
In the second half, excuse me. So.
Well, and Roberts is a big dude. I think he doesn't like being held or pushed around, and I thought it was funny when we got him. Who was it?
Markchuk.
Markchuk just kind of grabbed him. He was trying to turn and go past him, and Markchuk just kind of grabbed him, and he's like, you know what? Let's do the double yellow thing. Why not, dude? Just grabs him and holds on to him, and you got to keep your head if you're sitting on a yellow. Don't be a doughhead, right? Like, come on now. Anyway,
so. It ended up 3-3 in yellow cards in the first half.
3-3, pretty even.
And 0-0, 0-0.
A lot of kicky, a lot of pushy.
And what about
no
the
goals.
Reception for Chicho?
I think it's earned. I think the fan base realized that, and I, talking to people, like, he was cool and he was here and he was doing the RSL thing. And he didn't like Mexico, and he came back here to the States, and we wanted him, and we brought him in, and we paid big money for him, and he treated us like crap. He treated us like another stepping stone, and he kind of treated us like he didn't really value the opportunity he was given here. And I think that really turned a lot of people off to Chicho. And he heard it. He messed up. He might have liked it here for a time, and he was well received here, and his teammates all liked him. And, so they're going to probably show him that. And if I was friends with him, I would stay friends with him. I wouldn't, he's going through a hard time with his, personal life and whatever. But, man, like on the field, yeah, let him have it, because you kind of sucked at being a good RSL player.
Yeah. We don't know exactly what happened. There's a lot of rumors and a lot of funny rumors, and, well, not funny, but a lot of things you can say that might be funny about it. But in the end, he made some terrible choices that had a negative impact on the club, and we've seen that. RSL will not get to the amount of goals that they lost last season.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We lost 42 goals, 17 of those were Chicho, and I think we're sitting on 31?
Way less. Yep. It's not even close. So, you take that into account, and you're like, hey, where are we? What are we doing? And, speaking of that, like I wanna see Diego Luna become more like Messi. And if you watch Messi when he's on the ball, right? Nobody comes running at him. He just will blow by him. And he's kind of getting that same respect. But Messi makes so many passes. He makes his teammates look good. He tries to find his struggling teammates in front of the net. I watched this little documentary on him, and it showed how many times he set up Zlatan. And it was ridiculously high number. He tried over and over and over because he knew Zlatan measured himself on goals. So he would try, even if it was like an easy tap in for him, he'd leave it off for Zlatan, especially if he was struggling. He'd give him penalties, stuff like that. And I want to see that kind of leadership from Luna. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I think that takes time. And I think maybe that's we have two players that we compare to some of the greatest of all time. You got
Right.
Diego Luna and Lionel Messi. It's hard to compare, but you see the similarities, and you see the possibility that there's something in Diego that probably will never be Lionel Messi, let's be real.
Right.
But
just like Gozo's not going to be Henri.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But there's a little bit of parallel.
They look like those players. Like Gozo, if you look at the highlights, when he's tearing off down the pitch, he looks like Thierry Henry.
Yeah.
And Diego looks like Messi. So when we use those, we don't expect them to be that.
No.
But they're the best example of who we would like to see them emulate.
Correct.
And like I said, RSL has 26 goals this year and 30, only giving up 30.
Which still is -4 on the goal differential, which makes me mad. But
it
whatever.
does. So yeah, I think Gozo. I think we've been kind of harping on finding that final pass, but I'm kind of leaning towards there's nobody to pass to a lot of the time. So I get his frustration, but at the same time, if he wants players, he wants the defense to back off him, he needs to pass the ball.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's how Messi gets players off of him.
And it's less of him finding the right pass and just making passes.
Yeah.
Setting people up.
And then continuing his run and then getting it back.
Yeah. And so because teams know they can just park 2 or 3 people around him. And
he needs to go watch that old movie Goal. Like, if you guys haven't seen that, it's a good movie. Go watch it. It talks about a phenom who, kind of has that ability to dribble, and the coach just kicks the ball way far ahead of him. And he's like, why didn't you get that ball? And he's like, it was nowhere near me, coach. He's like, oh, so the ball's faster than you? And he's like, yeah. And then he just stares at him like, did you learn the lesson?
And then he had him wash his car and wax on.
And he waxed it off. And wax on, wax out. Yeah. No.
So, yeah. So I think I don't want to be too hard on these guys, but at the same time,
because they're young and they're talented and they're super fun to watch.
But at the same time, you want them to take those next steps because they're the professional athletes, but we've probably watched more soccer than they have.
Yeah.
Doesn't make us experts or anything, but we've kind of Well, you know you're getting old when you've had like 4 or 5 generations of players get drafted into a league, and then they're retiring, and now they're in the Hall of Fame. So you kind of know but you kind of see the trajectory, and you want them to continue on the best trajectory
it's
as
kind of
possible.
like when you're a player, you're like, man, I wish I would have had those opportunities. And then when you're like, hey, they're my age, and then you're like, oh, hey, those guys are younger than me. Oh, hey, the oldest guys in the league are my age. Oh, hey, the coaches are my age. Oh, hey, the coaches are younger than me.
Exactly.
And that's where we're at. I mean,
exactly. Yeah.
Pablo's younger than us, and, whatever. So.
And now you got players on the team where you're like, you were born when? 2000 what?
Right? So, yeah, that's what happens. But you still enjoy the game, right?
Yeah, you absolutely love the game, and you want these players to reach their peak, because you've seen so many players that come along that have the potential that never measure up.
Yeah, you got to realize that potential, and that's so hard because, you want to work on your game, and you don't always know what part of your game to always work on. What's going to make that next best level? What's going to be that weakness you can hide if you, do play more left-footed or, whatever. There's a lot that you can work on in any sport, and in soccer, there's so much. So,
all right, with 0-0 halftime, let's jump to halftime as we're pontificating.
Yep.
Orange slices.
For the first half, I gotta say Gozo. He was dangerous. He was darting in and out. Loved the almost finish. Just get a couple more here, kid, and you're gonna be a star.
That was a good one. For the game, I'm going to give mine to Diogo.
Really?
Yeah, it's a low bar for a sloppy game. But I think Diogo, I honestly think, and he was asking the post game what he would prefer to do, pass the ball or score. And I don't think he's such a professional. He's been around for long enough. You're not going to get the thoughtful.
Who asked him that? Did you ask him that?
I don't know. Anyway,
I don't know.
It's not the point.
Come on, man.
It's not the point.
That's a silly thing to ask. But go ahead.
Yeah, that's why he gave me a silly answer.
Wins. I'd rather win. Just kidding. Go ahead.
Well,
did you really ask that?
Yeah.
Well, I apologize for making fun of your question.
Yeah, thank you. It probably was a dumb question, but for me,
but it kind of probably brought
watching him play. If you were to ask me, I think he would rather have an assist than a goal.
Okay.
Watching him play, and I was just curious if that was the case.
And what did he say?
He doesn't care.
He doesn't care. Just win.
Just win. Score a goal, assist, and I don't know. Maybe if I was friends with him, he might say, "Yeah, you know what? I really love." There's nothing like me as a player playing church ball. I would. I love giving assists more than I like scoring.
Yeah, I'd rather throw the alley-oop than dunk the ball off the no.
Well, if I could dunk, I would.
There's no way I would.
Lead
right? But, that's what I'm saying, right?
But there are players that's kind of where they like the setup.
Yeah.
And I'm just curious if that's how it was for him. And, he's just going to – he's not one of these players that's going to give you a thoughtful – because, some of these other players, they give a little bit more. You can ask a question like that to Pablo Mastroeni, and he's going to give you – he's going to give you a thoughtful answer.
You know who doesn't pontificate on anything ever? Bodie Hidalgo. Like, Bodie, tell us how that felt. Good.
Yeah, there are some players that they really
Bodie, tell us about how you played in the game. Right, kicked it real good. Got a clean sheet.
Well, there's a lot of players that it's just uncomfortable.
I like that guy, though.
I mean, I'm sure we don't want to go look at our first couple of podcasts either, right?
Oh, yeah, or how I sounded in junior high. Anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Different game. Anyway, so we get to the second half. Oh, wait, were you done with halftime?
Yeah, is there anything else you want to chat about?
No, I think that's it.
Let's get to the game. Second half.
Second half starts, and Nelly plays the ball over to our good friend, Mr. Turnover, Pablo Ruiz. And I love Pablo, but it was not his best game. He had a couple of turnovers, and this one came back to bite us. He took the ball with his other foot and played it to his other foot, so he went from right foot to left foot, which people have learned you guard his left foot. That's where the bread is buttered, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so he gets it over to his left foot, and the defender just poked it away. And then they played it through to, Espinosa played it through to Chicho Arango, who ran it all the way to the end line and cut it back to Josef Martinez, who, it was a bang-bang play. Glad couldn't, he thought he was staying in front of him, but he turned just at the right angle, and Arango put it right on his head, and he headed it past a helpless Cabral.
It was a beautiful goal.
It was a cool goal by their three most talented players.
And I was surprised they didn't have more opportunities like that during the game. I really was.
Yeah.
But I loved the goal. It was beautiful. And the thing, if you watch the replay, you can see the wily veteran in Martinez just kind of stop and watch Justin Glad continue on towards the goal.
It's almost like he shoved him, but he didn't touch it.
Yeah, he just stopped, found a spot, and Chicho lofts it back to him, and it couldn't. I mean, he could have grabbed it and just thrown it in. Might have been a little easier, but it was just a beautiful goal. And how do you be upset about that?
Well, you'd be upset that Chicho was involved at all, and you just boo him,
And one of the things that I think RSL needs to work on is speed of play, and not just run faster, but it's decision making. And I think, Pablo Ruiz kind of got caught trying to make a decision.
Yep.
And the ball got poked away from him, and that set up the goal. Where you need to just be quicker.
And that's why I said Pablo loves Junca, because Junca plays quick almost all the time, right? They'll knock it out to him on the wing, and he'll be like, bam, down the line.
And it's not necessarily play quicker all the time. They don't know when to play quick sometimes.
Yeah.
They get the ball in their foot and they look around. They don't have they don't have their next pass in 2 or 3 passes options in their head.
Yeah, Glad did that. In the second half, he took a touch going forward, and then he just played it right to their center defender. And he was like, he just kind of put his hands up like, nobody's going to cut in and win that. And I was just like, dude, that was a horrible pass. What are you doing?
So
anyway.
So RSL goes down 1-0, or San Jose goes up 1-0, and I thought, okay, let's see what happens. What does this team have?
Yeah.
And they surprised me.
And did nothing for minutes and minutes and minutes.
Not San Jose.
Who?
But RSL.
Yeah, we didn't do anything. It took us 6 more minutes to score, Brian. What are you talking about?
Well, I thought the response, well, that's in the sweet spot, right?
Is it?
Almost in the sweet spot, that 5 minutes after a goal, that's the most dangerous point. They're always talking about, if you listen to other broadcasters, but that's what they talk about. When is the most dangerous point after you score? That was 5 minutes after you score, because what do? You kind of let off.
Yeah, and that's where Fiorani got his yellow card, right? Stopping a promising attack, and then 3 minutes later, you want to break us down on that one? Ricketts gets the OG goal. You gonna break it down?
No, you're the breaker downer.
Oh, I'm breaking it down.
Yeah, you're.
All right, time to snap into a Slim Jim, everybody. We're breaking it down. All right, ball goes out wide to Junca, and he plays the ball down the line where he's hoping. Maybe he sees him, maybe he doesn't. Maybe it's just a hopeful ball. Maybe he's just like, bro, you better be onside. Who cares? Because he sends the ball down the line to our designated player, Mr. Diogo. And Diogo, I thought he overplayed it. I thought he waited too long. He took a touch, and then I was like, play it now! Because you always want to play it early. And that gives your strikers plenty of time to get on that ball and like really attack it. You know what I mean? But he took an extra touch, and I was like, the moment's gone. But then he zinged it across and beat Daniel, who couldn't quite get out to it. But he went for it anyway. So maybe that was part of the draw. Maybe Diogo's smarter than me. Maybe he's a better soccer player than me.
Oh, I doubt that. He doesn't. He never made it to the state high school playoffs. I mean, come on, once.
He never got eliminated in the first round of the state playoffs.
Yeah, what kind of experience does he have?
Anyway, so Diogo suckers him in, and Daniel goes flying and misses the ball, and it was driven at such a pace that Goza was back post coming in, drifting in from that side, and Mr.
Owen.
What?
Owen goal.
Owen goal
Who was
shows
it?
up. Ricketts, who actually had a couple shots in the first half. But Ricketts dives in, trying to prevent Gozo from getting that ball. And he kind of goes over the top of the ball, and it just trickles in. Gozo's there to watch it roll right in, and we tie it up. And the stadium kind of went nuts, Brent.
Yeah, they were waiting for that. And one thing I was waiting to see if you added to your beautiful breakdown of the goal.
Oh, thanks, man. That's nice.
Diogo making a brilliant run to beat the trap.
Yeah.
It was because from my angle where I was at, it was like right there. I was like, oh man, he's on side.
Yep.
And a lot of people, if they kind of were looking away, they're like, oh, he's just so off.
And he's been doing that a lot. And I think we get that ball in more from Junka than we do from Katranis. But don't tell Brennan I said that.
No.
Mm-mm. He's too in love with Katranis.
Oh yeah. It's like me and Cabral.
I know, right?
Double date.
Yeah.
So it was he beat the trap, and it was a beautiful ball. And it, like you said, it was sent in with some intent.
Some zing.
And if the defender doesn't get it, Gozo taps it in. I mean, he'd have to work really hard not to get it in the back of the goal, but we've seen better. So it goes in and it's 1-1, and I think, RSL was ready to fight back, and then it just kind of went back and forth.
And it kind of put them on their heels. At that point, we kind of started taking over the game, and we started playing the way Pablo really wants us to play, which is put your foot on the ball. If we don't have a great pass, hold it up. Be strong enough to hold off somebody. If they come running in at you, know what to do. And we did a really good job of that. We ended up at not quite 60% of total stats of possession at the end of the game, but I think they were 40.3, and we were 59.7. So not quite 60% of the game was our possession. But they had 9 to 9 shots. They had 3 shots on goal, and we had 3 shots on goal. So it was, in that sense, it was close, shot-wise, shot to shot. But, dude, we had 538 passes to their 366. So they were just playing direct, trying to counter, and we were trying to pass and make the game beautiful. And, in the end, did it matter a whole lot? No, not by shots. And even corners, we had 4, they had 3. And we still don't do a whole lot with corners, but whatever. And then we had 4 offsides in this game. 4? Wow.
Yeah.
Man, I don't remember any of them, but whatever. And then expected goals were 1.1 for us and 1.3 for them. So, I mean, if you just look at this, neither goal was spectacular. That goal was good, but neither goal was, and maybe you say it is spectacular, but anyway, it was a little sloppy, like you said, and to win a sloppy game with sloppy goals is a sloppy start that we'll take, right?
Absolutely, and I like the response from RSL. And one thing that really surprised me about San Jose at the end of the game, they quit.
They kind of gave up.
They quit.
They sat back and just absorbed. And
now I'm talking about in stoppage time after RSL goes up. We can talk about that goal from Brian Ojeda. Talk about the subs. Thoughts on the sub? Let's see who came in.
They made a couple subs pretty early, right?
Yeah, right after the goal, Rodriguez came in for Floriani, Kay came in for Harks, and Romney came in for Ricketts. Romney's had some great play against RSL in the past, and then Ojeda came in
on set pieces too. So maybe they were thinking, hey, we're going to get a couple set pieces.
Ojeda came in for Anelli, and Dominic Markchuk came in for Gozo.
I know. I was kind of looking at that Ojeda sub, and I was like, why are we taking off Anelli? I want to see Ojeda and Anelli together. But we're coming up on a stretch where we're going to have, Mexican team in on Wednesday, Mexican team in on the weekend, Mexican team in on the next Wednesday. So 3 games in 10 days. It's a lot.
And I think he's still a little bit on a restriction.
Yeah, maybe.
They don't want to why push it I'm totally fine with giving him 60 minutes.
Yeah.
And
Well, in this case, 70, but yeah.
yeah, and Ruiz having those 3.
And he did okay after that. Ruiz did. And I was like, okay, all right.
And Anelli, he has just been lights out this year where he picks the ball. There was one play in this game where he turned at the top of their box and dribbled all the way through and found a pass. I think it was the Gozo.
Yeah, to Gozo. Yeah.
And that if that had been a goal, it would have been like, RSL goal of the season, but it didn't turn out that way.
And you know what's cool is that got retweeted by a couple of the MLS followers, and they were like, here's Emeka Anelli doing his best Darlington Nagbe impersonation.
Absolutely.
And I was like, oh, dude, that's true. That's true, man. That's, Darlington dominated for a long time, and he looked a lot like that.
And Puyol came in for Agata. And I'm just going to say this. I'll be controversial. This is my take. I don't think Puyol or Agata should start at all.
Neither one.
Neither one.
Just throw Mark Juke in there and call it.
And you know what? And the reason that they don't start, I think, is because Mark Juke hasn't done much.
Yeah,
I
he's
think
not getting good results right now.
Mark Juke hasn't given anybody a reason to start him. But
I mean, he did cause the 83rd minute yellow card.
maybe that's just enough, but I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
But I thought, because I was thinking about it, it's like, what could we do to? Because I just don't believe that Agata and Puyol at the moment. I think Agata, I don't think he's on the team next year. I think Puyol is.
Yeah.
Just because I think he would just sign through the end of the season. I think he's a great player.
Agata or Puyol?
I like Agata.
Okay.
But I think he's your third option, not your first.
Well, I mean, that's kind of why we brought him in, to see if he could be, to see if he could step in and be that first. And he's had a lot of opportunities, and he's got 2 goals on the season.
I think so.
2, yeah, header and then the banger the other night. Yeah, so 2, at least that I'm remembering. Anyway, and Puyol, he had one called back for offside, which that was a great goal, and he had another one. So, yeah, I think Puyol's got more potential upside. And in that case, play the kid,
Yeah, I would rather see him start Puyol, but I think Puyol will have, if the rumors are true and they bring in these 2 strikers from in this transfer window, there's your first 2, right? There are obviously going to be some competition there, but that makes Puyol like the third option.
Yeah.
And you have experience going back to our earlier discussion about players making the pass and whether it's there or not. Maybe that comes from having a player like Matt Crooks on your team who will make those passes.
Here it comes.
Maybe RSL, they don't have those players as examples, and if players don't see it, they aren't going to do it. So maybe you bring in, if these new strikers come in and they're going to be great examples for younger players. And RSL is hoping that Agata and Puyol figure it out, and they just haven't figured it out.
Well, and those 2 new guys, the ones from Botafogo, right, is Ruan Cruz?
Yeah, he's supposed to be a designated player. He's already changed his Wikipedia page, or somebody has.
Really?
Yeah. So $5 million, RSL's paying $5 million for him, and Botafogo paid $10 million for him just recently.
No, I think he's on loan.
On loan?
With the option to buy for $5 million. That's what I read.
However that breaks down.
Yeah. So.
And who's the other rumored player?
The other guy is so he's Brazilian, right? And the other guy is Eastern European.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. Until they announce him, I'm always like.
Yeah, there's room there. I've read something. There was one player that was really high on the list, but he was asking for all kinds of stuff. That was the rumor. He was asking for all kind, like he wanted sports cars and all kind of stuff. Who knows what's true or not? We won't know. We'll never know. But until it's official, it's fun to talk about.
Yeah.
So RSL made their substitutions, and it felt like San Jose had like 15 substitutes because they just kept subbing. In the 79th minute, Sakiris came in for LaRue, and Boda came in for Espinoza. And you want to break down the second goal for RSL?
Yeah. So Ruiz plays it out wide, and basically it's Ojeda being aggressive, right? He sees the pressure coming from the side, and he's like, I'm going to goal then. And he just takes 1 or 2 touches to set it up. And then he's like, why not just rip it, dude? I'm fresh, I'm young, I'm off the bench, I'm in the prime of my life, I'm feeling it, I'm Paraguayan, and I'm just going to let this ball rip, bro. And he pinged it real good. But here's the thing. He hit it right at him.
Oh, yeah.
But it was at such a pace that he wasn't quite ready for it. So he got stuck, Danielle did, in 2 minds. And the 2 minds of the keeper are punch or catch, right? And he punch-catched it. I don't know if that's
It's a
the
thing.
word.
It's a thing. Look it up. Look it up.
He punch-catched it, and then it just deflected off his knee and went in because he wasn't ready for it. Like, his arms weren't strong to receive the ball, you know, and it just kind of hit his knee because he was going down because it was at an odd height, too. And then it just went right in off his knee. So,
and also
not a shot you normally score from that angle with that shot right at the goalie, and that's why our expected goals weren't very high, but we had 2 of them.
And I thought if there was one replay, it kind of looked live, like whoa. I think the ball had some movement on it. It was like it was a wicked
the
wicked
announcers were like knuckleballed that in, you know. So and maybe
there
that's
was
giving Daniel some grace, or maybe he just hit it really cool. So
if there was one replay that was down from the north end, and you could see that ball just kind of like, and it just kind of, and he hit it with such pace. I mean, he probably was doing like you were suggesting, and he just couldn't catch it. But he hit the tar out of it.
Yeah, smacked that ball good.
He'd had enough. He said, "Here you go, immigration." No,
take that, immigration.
I missed 7 games or whatever it was.
Paraguayan. Let me in here.
All of his frustrations came out into a wonderful goal to put RSL up 2-1, and then there was the play where Mark Juk, who is very good at getting under the skin of players.
Yeah,
it's a talent. He's developed.
Yeah, so if you're that
instead
kid,
of getting a left foot, he's gone with that.
Yeah. And in fact, kids, if you're really good at like annoying your brothers and sisters or something, right? And you want to find a future in soccer, play like that role for your team. Go out and just poke the other team, get them mad. You might get punched in the face, but you'll get a lot of red cards for the other team.
I guess that's a strategy.
Well, you didn't have a guy like that on your team growing up? I had 2 of them.
For church ball, I had elbows. So.
Oh, yeah, that'll do it.
That's the highlight of my... There's not a lot of elbows in cross country. So anyway.
And then, to kill off the game, our boy, Bodie Hidalgo, subbing in the 89th minute for our boy, Diego Luna, who put in a really good shift. Didn't get a lot of results, but really played pretty well. But again, I think probably trying to do too much at this point.
Yeah, and I don't think that's his fault necessarily. Trying to don't want to sound like we're beating him up. He's the best player on the team, but at the same time, you can't. One player isn't going to win the game for you.
Yeah.
So I think he'll figure it out. Yeah, he'll figure it out.
Yep.
Hopefully here in Salt Lake, he'll figure it out. And I thought the red card for Roberts, the second, I think it's a straight red, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it was a second yellow.
It was just dumb.
Both of them.
It kind of...
Well, and Mark Juk just kind of grabbed him and held on.
And then he punched him.
Did Mark Juk punch him? Or
No,
punch him?
Roberts punched him.
He kind of threw a punch.
Yeah, it kind of looked like the Luna play a little bit. So that's why I said... But he got a yellow. Luna got a yellow, so... RSL went up a man, and after that I thought...
They packed it in.
San Jose did have some opportunities, and RSL had some opportunities to put the game away.
And gosh, let's freaking get our goal differential up. It was there for us multiple times.
There was also opportunities to kill the game off. There were 2 or 3 times where they were trying to get that third goal when maybe, and Pablo didn't ask this question, but Pablo brought it up, maybe it was the time to take the ball to the corner. and even if you lose the ball for a throw-in, you've now pushed your defense forward, and they're having to play through you. And there was a couple of opportunities where there was one where they really had them one-on-one, and they just kind of blew it.
Yeah.
RSL blew the opportunities, but there were multiple times where take it to the corner, and they'll learn that, I guess.
Hope so. Yeah, and on firework nights, we don't have a great record. So I was just like, just kill this game. Just kill it. Let it die. They don't care. They want to leave. Just see this thing out. And we did. And we jumped over them. And we jumped over Houston. And we jumped over Colorado. And we, my friend, are in 8th place in the West. That's 16th place overall. It's really nothing to be that proud of. The only nice thing about it is that it means we're in the playoff hunt at this point.
Yes, in the playoff hunt. Back before we get away from the game, I thought the soccer gods were in our favor because the last play about 40 yards out when Pablo Ruiz did a sliding dive. I thought,
that was so weird.
How do you not give them a free kick and Pablo Ruiz a yellow for that?
Yeah, he was like, game's over. Just go home.
Yeah, I think he'd had enough of the Bruce. And Bruce got bundled over. It wasn't funny. I'm glad he wasn't injured.
Yeah.
He's an older guy. But one of his players came in.
75 or something.
Yeah.
He's old.
And I was thinking about it, and if this team had RSL's defense, they'd be top of the table.
Right?
Because they are scoring left and right.
Yeah.
They've got 46 goals, and I think their goal differential is 4.
Dang.
It is, yeah. San Jose, 47 goals, 44 given up, goal differential of 3.
And they're in 10th place. That's the thing. Like, they get goals in bunches against the teams that suck, but then they get into a game like that on Saturday and they can't hang.
I think they've only won 2 of their last 10 or 11 games.
Yeah, they don't win tight ones.
So it's been they were at the start of the season, they were surprised and they were up top, but they have just slowly fallen down the table. And I don't know if Bruce Arena kind of gambled on the goal scoring side of it, but his defense has let him down.
Well, if you look at the West, the only team that scored more goals is San Diego, and they're top. So goals does put butts in seats, if nothing else.
And they have a defense similar to RSL. They've only given up 32. RSL's only given up 30. That is respectable.
Yeah. Well, and Austin has fewer goals given up, and so does LAFC, but only by a few.
And Austin only has 21 goals in 23 games, and they're in 7th.
Can't score. But, yeah, they're in 7th. But it's not a sexy 7th. You know what I mean?
No.
But I'd rather be a non-sexy 7 than a 10.
Yeah.
Wait, what are we talking about?
I don't know. So
in 10th. I'm in 10th place.
So RSL gets the victory 2-1. A little surprising, like I said. San Jose quit in the last couple of minutes. They were just gassed. I don't know if it's the altitude or just the frustration of the way the season has turned for them.
Yeah, and the way the ref was reffing. And, you feel like it's just, let's just get out of here.
maybe that's actually a team where the offense is just like, how many do we have to score?
Yeah. Well, they only got 1. And it was the best goal of the game.
Yeah, it was. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a great goal. So RSL in 8th place. They've got 3 games coming up this Wednesday, July 30th against Club America.
Now, I implore you fans, please, please, please come out to the Riot. There's going to be so many Club America fans out there cheering for their team. Come and cheer for our team. Get out there and be loud and show up and stand in the north end and make a riot out of the place so that our boys don't feel like they're not at home, you know?
Well, I think you should confuse them and everybody wear the gold kit.
Ooh, and then it looks like you're playing for America, but you're not.
You're going to throw them totally off.
Yeah.
So they've got that game on Wednesday, and then this Saturday against San Luis. Then the following Wednesday against
Querétaro.
I don't know if I'll ever be able to say that right, as much as I would like to. Querétaro.
That's pretty close.
Yeah.
You're getting there, yeah. You've made a lot of strides, bro.
I'm working hard, working hard. So the next game, the next regular season game for RSL is August 10th. And I think August, we've got 10 games to go.
Wait. So they're not stopping the whole season like they did
No.
last year for Leagues Cup. What's the difference this year?
I think what they're going to do is they have the first round, and then I think after that, the top 4 from each league move on. I haven't paid much attention to it, to be totally
Oh
honest.
yeah, no, that's essentially what it is. And then basically they play Wednesdays,
Yeah,
and everybody else is playing league games on Saturdays.
yeah. So they're throwing it in during the Wednesdays, however they're going to do it. I like the idea of it, but I haven't jumped into it. I'm not, making my predictions or anything like
Yeah,
that.
and until we get out of this little first round thing, and honestly, I think we can take San Luis, and I think we could take Querétaro, but Club America, man, they're freaking good. They have like 4 Mexican national team players. They have a Uruguayan national team player. They have a Chilean national team player. They're good. They're good. So I don't expect us to win that game, but if we get a good result against San Luis, then I think we go for it against Querétaro to try to get out of the group.
Yeah, and I think with Club America, they've struggled. Like we said, we went on with the Eye of the Eagle. The Eagle Eye?
Eagle Eye.
The Eagle Eye. Don't get old, kids. I'm telling you. Don't get old. And they feel like the host, Ivan, they're confident, that they're going to win. But there is some, not apathy, but they are not happy
They're a little worried
with the way the season has started for Club America.
Yeah.
And they're a club that, you got to win trophies.
Yeah.
You just got to win trophies. And that's the thing about RSL, right? If you don't win trophies, you don't got to win them. So there's less pressure.
That's kind of the thing.
That's not the way to look at it, but that's kind of how it is.
I mean, that's why it sucked so bad last year that we were so good and then so bad in the second half, right? Like, yeah, that's frustrating.
So I think Tyler predicted that RSL gets beat 7-1.
No.
No. What did you?
3-1.
3-1.
And we
late
give up
goals.
2 goals. Give up 2 late goals when we're gassed, and have given all we got.
And I think that RSL can beat them if they play defense. Cabral is going to have to stand on his head. But if Club America gets 3 goals, I don't know how RSL can beat them.
Yeah, there's no way we're gonna get 3.
But if 2-2 PKs or whatever it is, because they go, if there's a draw, they don't play extra time. They go right
straight to PK.
They go to PKs, and I think you get the extra point if you get the penalty kick.
Gotcha. So it's not a bad thing to.
No.
Yeah.
And then August. Let's look at August. I was looking at this. This is really going to tell the tale. RSL they don't have the hardest schedule probably, but it's a harder schedule than they had through June and July.
Yeah.
Because after the Leagues Cup, they go to the Red Bull, who
they're in New York.
New York.
New Jersey, but yeah.
Not having a great season, but RSL, I think they've had some. I mean, it's kind of a 50-50 there.
Sure.
And then Charlotte with Wilfred Zaha. That is a half decent.
That's a crazy place to play it too. Charlotte has some pretty passionate fans and stuff. So
there's some opportunity there.
Yeah. And
But
Eastern Road Swing there on the 10th and 16th.
But then the rest of Minnesota,
Because
Seattle.
that Red Bull game's on Sunday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's Sunday, August 10th. Yeah.
But then as we finish the season, Minnesota, Seattle, Sporting KC, 2 LAFC matches because one got moved when they were in the Champions.
That's right. So home and away. We have a home and away with them on the 17th and 21st.
And then
that could just be the nail in the coffin as far as our playoff chances are concerned.
It absolutely could be. And
we
then you
do
got
not play them well.
Austin, Colorado, and St. Louis. And Colorado's probably going to be fighting for
that last
playoff
spot.
And St. Louis, I mean, if RSL's on the bubble that last game, St. Louis, whose season has been horrific, would probably love to have somebody join them. So it's not a total uphill battle, but it is going to be a challenge for RSL to maintain a playoff position.
Yeah, that's a tough schedule.
But it's
doable.
It is absolutely doable.
Yeah.
but it's much harder than June and July was.
Mm-hmm.
And those 2 LAFC games, that's really one at home and one away.
Scary.
And, Austin, Colorado, all of those players, all those teams except for Kansas City. Where's Kansas City sitting?
They're below us a ways. They have a lot of goals, but not very many. Like, ton of goals given up. 45 goals given up. Only the Galaxy have given up more.
Yeah, so they've got...
In the West.
Currently, Colorado in 9th, and then Sporting is in 13, and St. Louis in 14. So those are 2 teams that would probably love to beat RSL. And the rest of them, Austin, they could be fighting. Austin's right above us in 7th. LAFC's in 6th. Seattle's in 4th, and Minnesota's in 3rd. So there's quite the disparity of where teams are in the standings. But it is the West. It is the last few games of the season. But I think RSL could do it with if they continue to play like they've played before the San Jose game. If they want to be sloppy like San Jose, they're going to get punched. They're going to get punished.
Yeah, and one of the things I noticed is our points per game. So everybody below us in the standings is 1.2 or lower. Everybody above us in the standings is 1.4 points per game or higher. And we're at 1.29, so 1.3 basically, points per game. And it's funny because a few games haven't been played. That LAFC one got skipped, right? So LAFC is actually only on 22 games played, where almost everybody else is on 24 and 25. So Austin's on 23, and they're right above us. So we're on 24 games played. So we're kind of in a spot because Colorado and San Jose, they're below us, but they've played one more game than we have too. So we kind of have this 8th spot. It's kind of ours right now, right? And if we win one more game, we can pass Austin, but they still have a game in hand, so they have 2 games to our 1. So, let's just enjoy 8th place for a minute and see how this feels,
Yeah, and there are some teams that are out of it. You could argue that Kansas City's out of it at 24 points. They are 6 points out. I guess nobody's technically out of it, except for St. Louis and the Galaxy.
Well, I think Dallas is out of it mentally. That team, they could be so much better, but they have a home record of 2-8-2. They're tearing up that one whole side. If you watch the broadcast, it's the side that the cameras point to. They're redoing the National Soccer Hall of Fame, so it's a mess, and it doesn't feel like a home stadium for them. And they're bad at home and better on the road, but they're still pretty bad right now.
Yeah, so there's some teams, looking at the teams below RSL, Colorado, San Jose, Houston, FC Dallas, Sporting Kansas City, St. Louis, and the Galaxy. I think those 2 for sure, Galaxy and St. Louis, are out. You could argue that Kansas City and Dallas are kind of tipping that way. Mm-hmm. They've had horrible seasons, so it's probably Colorado, San Jose, and Houston. If they are, what do the rest of their seasons look like? Are they willing? Are they going to step up? San Jose looks like they're just rocketing to the bottom.
Well, I mean, they played us to a good game, but we took it to them. We won, even though neither one of our goals were great. So I don't think they're that far off. And when you can score goals in this league, you always got a chance. They need to figure out their back line, though. They've tried 3 or 4 different guys at center back, and they need to switch to a back 4 and just pack it in a little more, or find a better center defender. Maybe Romney's the answer if he gets healthy and everything, but, man, they need some help there for sure.
So it's all there to be played for, and that's why we do it. Right?
Love it. Good stuff.
Gotta play the games. 10 games to go. The season's almost over. Can't believe it. So anyway, thanks for listening. Get us wherever you get your podcasts. Go and subscribe at YouTube. We're on TikTok. Had a great time interviewing RSL fans and getting their opinions. Some great opinions, and we really appreciate that. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram. We're going to continue to get as much content out there for you, and we appreciate all those that appreciate listening, and we appreciate feedback. Brendan's not here, so You know, we only care about the positive stuff, right?
Correct. Yep. Nothing.
But if Brendan was here, he would say, you know, tell us what we're doing wrong, and in honor of that, we'll share that for him.
Yeah, we'll tell him. We'll tell him everything you guys got for feedback.
Yeah. All right.
Thanks for listening.
Thank you.
See you.